Kobe stuff just gets me. I can't. I talked to Pat Costello yesterday, our producer, and as soon as he went to Stephen A, I was like, no, don't talk to me about that. I'm not going there. I'm not going to do that to my boy Devin Booker. I'm not going to compare him to potentially the greatest ever that we've seen in the same category of Michael, LeBron. If you want to put him up, he's up there in my opinion. I'm not doing that to Devin Booker at 24 years old. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
But we just did.
No, I'm not doing it. Y'all can go ahead and bench strength.
You did that.
Yes.
I didn't do it, and it doesn't sound like Jay's doing it.
No, he's definitely not doing it. But all right, well, so I didn't do it. Stephen A. did it. I
don't mean I got to do it and Key got to do it.
Thought. That's all I wanted to know is what you guys thought.
I mean, he's good, like I said, Jay, but I mean, come on, man. It's like
this is what
you can't do that, though.
That's what I'm saying, Key. This is what I hate about it.
Even when it's late, you can't do it.
So homie came on our show and was like, and I wrote it all down too. All NBA player multiple times, won multiple championships.
The caller.
Oh, the caller.
Yeah.
Scoring champion, all by the time he was 24 years old. And I'm like, that allowed Devin Booker to have a Western Conference Finals complete series. Like, let my man get them to the World Championship before we start saying, hey, he's the next Kobe. I'm like, he has similarities to Kobe. I like that he has the Black Mamba mentality to a degree, but I'm not going to say he's the next Kobe Bryant. Like, he has a lot more to accomplish in his career before we can even start to mention his name in the same breath as Kobe. And it's no disrespect to Devin Booker. I love Devin Booker. He's nasty, but you're doing a disservice to Devin Booker. Let him be the next great Devin Booker.
And Kobe was both sides of the floor. And not that Devin Booker can't develop that, but because of his offensive performance and 40 points and 13, 14 rebounds, 12 assists, something along those lines, the conversation started. And you can't have that conversation, like you said, Jay, after one cool game.
Yeah, Key.
Minus Kawhi Leonard. And let's just for a minute, right? Just
and then you
slow
start
it
breaking
down.
Devin Booker's game, which demeans Devin Booker, right? You're like, well, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do this. I'm not coming to the table telling you what Devin Booker doesn't do, comparing him to Kobe. I want to elevate Devin Booker. I want to talk about how good Devin Booker is, not debase him, comparing him to Kobe Bryant at this stage right now.
And so much comes with comparisons, and I tell you and Alan this all the time when we talk about players. It's so much more that comes with it, right? When you start comparing, yes, we can compare the on-court things that Devin Booker show in flashes, but it's so much more off the court that goes with what that person embodies as a whole. You can't just say, he reminds of Kobe Bryant, blah, blah, blah. Well, Kobe Bryant, dude speak like 18,000 different languages.
Yeah, Kobe had an aura. Kobe he was box office. I just always felt like that about Kobe.
He was
like
moving the room.
One. Yeah.
He moving the room.
Yeah, he was box office.
When Peanut Head walked through the door, he was moving the room, period. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that Devin Booker has gotten there or if Devin Booker will ever get to moving the room because there's only a handful of people, Jay, as you know, being around sports as long as you've been around, when people walk in the room get quiet. Mm-hmm. And Kobe Bryant is one of those. Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Larry Bird. Them dudes walk in the room and everybody go, oh, damn, guess who's here?
Here's the difference, right?
Like,
and that's exactly the point. Like, think about this. Kobe was in This Is SportsCenter commercial when he was a rookie, I believe, with you.
Yes.
It's our job to help educate first-year players on how to deal with us, with the media. It's like our own little rookie camp.
What are you going to say? A guy comes up and says, how are you going to do this week?
Hopefully I'll do well. Hopefully we'll do well.
That's very 70s. That's very touchy. Let's try it. I guarantee we're going to win.
What are you doing when Michael Jordan is coming up the next game? What are you going to say to him?
Good luck on the game.
Good luck on the game, Michael. Good luck on the game, Mr. Jordan. No. You're going to say, I told Mike I'm going to take you to school. Controversy, money.
We're making a difference, and you can see it every day.
That's tremendous commercial. Carl Ravitch, Kenny Mayne, and the great Stuart Scott in there as well.
I didn't know that was coming.
Keyshawn was like, man, I don't talk like this. They're trying to set me up.
No, it's a commercial, man. It's promotion.
But that's the example, though, is that's the snap, crackle, pop we're talking about. That's really.
Alan, they ain't going to catch me again. You ain't gonna hear me on national TV comparing nobody again.
Well, that's a
Caught
fair
me
point.
once.
You don't want to do that ever
I'm not
again.
doing it again.
I'll tell you what, maybe
Lesson
Stephen A.
learned.
was doing that to cover for you. He thought, let me put this out there in the world and people stop coming at JWill.
Well, I mean, I'm happy Stephen A. is coming on today because we got a lot to talk about. I mean, we said Donovan Mitchell is the greatest Utah Jazz player ever. And
Who
then we
said that?
follow that up with Devin Booker.
Wait, who
I
said
can't.
that?
Stephen A. He said Donovan Mitchell is the greatest Utah Jazz player ever.
See, I gotta
Ever.
finish
I'm
medical
like, hold
school.
on, man. We putting Donovan Mitchell over Karl Malone. Karl
Yeah.
Malone is one of the all-time leading scorers in the history of the league.
John Stockton
I
is
need to
What are we
finish.
doing?
greatest
I
guards.
need to finish medical school though. You want to know why? Because I need to check Stephen A.'s brain. Seriously. Like, come on, man, stop!
Have you seen? I think it works just fine.
Stop!
How's it working?
He's
out for
doing
him
pretty
right
well.
now?
He's
Yeah.
transferring
No, I need
well
to check
for
his
him.
brain.
I don't want to get
because,
into his
no, I'm
couple
going
things
to check
in
his
my
pocket,
brain.
but I think he's doing just
going
fine.
to check his brain.
About what?
Because if he said, I didn't know he said that. I got to check his brain.
Hey.
Not
Stephen
yet.
A's coming out to Phoenix.
Not
We're gonna have our little set. We
yet.
should bring him on tomorrow. We
I'm going to tell him, I said, man, I got to
gotta
check your
follow
brain,
up
Stephen
or
A, man.
today.
John Stockton. Karl Malone. Let's just, come on now.
Yeah,
Just
that
pump the brakes
again,
a little bit, Alan.
Yeah,
That's
slow
all
it
I'm
down.
saying.
I'm with you. Look,
That's
that-
why I got to check his brain.
That's a take. That's
And
a
Alan,
take
look what
that
you've been
makes you
doing the whole
stop and
time.
think.
You're telling me all the things about why Devin Booker isn't Kobe Bryant. And like I'm saying, like, why are we coming into our energy today doing that to Devin Booker? A man had a 40-point triple-double. Like, let him shine. Let him live. Let him do his thing without trying to compare him to somebody else so fast.